I learned it from the dudes that was 5%ers. We didn't do that in school and nothing like that.
Like we was doing it in school for a little bit, and then like
Y'all
it was
some
kind of
lucky motherfuckers, man. Like, like I didn't see. I went to school. I went to school in VA in North Carolina, and I can tell you right now, VA don't have no Afrocentric nothing. It's just straight cracker shit. Like it's straight white people shit. They had us up in fucking agriculture class learning about motherfucking cows and shit.
Oh yeah. Well, actually very valuable. They need to bring that shit back.
Well, yeah, I think the learning, the learning how to like farm, like as far as raising crops and shit, that definitely was beneficial. But that shit where these motherfuckers showing us how they impregnate cows and shit.
Yeah.
With this long ass glove and they stick their hand in it. I was like, man, I want to see that shit.
And Juice 5 stat says, isn't the Army preventing people smoking marijuana from joining the Army? Not the last time I heard, but
there you go. If you got a good recruiter, they ain't gonna prevent shit. I'll tell you like that.
If they want you, they want you.
Look, we done bought all type of fucking shit to like clear up piss. Like, we was like, yo, like you need to fucking got a month.
Yeah, the golden seal. Fasting. It depends. Okay, it depends on two primary factors when it comes to the weed. One is how high did you score on the ASVAB? What were your line scores?
Oh yeah, definitely.
And I'm gonna tell you what they're looking for right now. If you score proficient, if you score proficient. Yeah, if you score proficiently in any of these following fields, it don't matter how much motherfucking weed you smoke. They're going to get a waiver for that shit. And they're going to be like, you know what? Take these golden seals, do some intermittent fasting to make them work better and more efficiently. 30 days, you're going to take this shit again. And you're going to keep retesting until that shit is clear.
Until it's clear, yeah.
That's exactly what we did. That's exactly what we did. Got them, made them do a piss test right then and there. You ain't cleared up. Boom. Give me, come back to 30 days. We got you. Gave them especially when like some dudes, if they get like a GT score or like 110 and above, like they're golden. We can give them a golden parachute to whatever. You can get $40,000 off back. I mean, 45, 23, depending on what job it is. But like in that type of situation, if you score high in mechanics and you score high on your GT score, you could get put into like engineering, but like for the Army. If you score high, well, I say engineering, but like some people don't probably might not know what I mean by that.
Yeah,
so for instance, you got
mechanical. If you scored high in like code breaking, which will put you in like IT, computers, the programming, because again,
25 Bravo, so on and so forth. Yeah,
you already know. These fields, I'm telling you right now, you come in with a huge fucking signing bonus, one of the biggest signing bonus that the military offers, and I'm talking.
I got $40,000 off top.
Damn. All right.
Yeah, so you were in the top.
Fast.
You're in the top percentile.
Hey, yeah, like they say, you a nigga.
Yeah, so you in the top percentile like me. Like
I had a BMW in Germany, and first off,
you a nigga, man.
Look, hey, I'm telling every nigga right now, if you dark skin, like I'm darking in the motherfucker, I'm dark. If you dark skin, go your motherfucking ass to Germany for a year. Oh, that leads to another thing, but go your ass to Germany for a year. Let me tell you. You'll never know how much you the world loves you until you leave this country and see how much they love how dark you are.
I was in Germany and listen, I know. I was at lawn school and I cleaned up. I cleaned up all throughout Germany.
Oh, Landstuhl? Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. Darmstadt, Landstuhl, K-Town. Look, remember K-Town, my niggas, is a town full of holly berries. Holly berries. But outside of that, though.
No, the thing about K-Town is that, because it's a centralized location, women know that there's a high concentration of Black Americans there, so they come from all over, far and wide. So if you're in K-Town, Yeah, if you in K-Town, you got chicks coming from Bamberg. You got them coming from Vilsec. Man, I had chicks from Berlin.
Okay, y'all giving away too much game. See, we don't want to get them. We don't want to get them on just the female side. Cause a lot of these niggas be like, "I'm joining the military just like get some pussy."
Get some pussy.
Yeah,
a lot of cats who wanted to join the military back in the day when I was young. They actually go to the Philippines.
Oh yeah, that's one bases. Too. They don't know how black that is.
Oh yeah, man. So shit, Subic Bay.
Yeah.
Longapo.
Yeah.
Mindanao.
Oh, shit. Yeah, the LBFMs.
But like, okay, this led to some other shit I was thinking. Like one day, we need to be like the fucking Mormons in a way. Every motherfucking one of our kids, like the black kids and shit like that, we need 2 years out this motherfucking country, mentally out, because they can't see the real world. Americans don't know what's in front of them. We don't know what we're doing wrong. Like. And I'm gonna take it out of being American, and I'm gonna say African American. And by each state, we got some different shit going on with us. Cause I done lived in once I left New York, I was in North Carolina, Atlanta. I was in Augusta. I was in Clearwater, Florida. Now I'm out here. I was living in Vegas, and now I'm out here in fucking LA and Palmdale. Oh God, Palmdale. Oh God, this shit is horrible out here.
Flashback.
But we need to leave this motherfucking place at least for 2 years. Like, our kids need to be able to see outside of this place at least for 2 years. And at 18, I think this is going to an old boy that was asking, like, at what age does he think, they should go into the military? I think just straight out, at what age should we send our children outside of America so then they could get a broader view of what the real world is? Because in here, this is a bubble. Just straight up, it's just a bubble.
I would say as soon as possible, but I would say where it really makes a difference, I would say anywhere from 16 to maybe 24. Give them a good grounding of that the world is not what they thought. But I think 16 might be too young. I say anything over 18. And between 18 and 22, like the Mormons. And Mormons send you on a mission for like 2 years someplace outside of the country between the ages of 18 and 22.
That's for males and females, right?
Kosovo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I've seen these niggas in Kosovo.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here like, I can't believe this shit. Like, the same motherfuckers I saw in the hood is on bikes out here in Kosovo.
Yeah. Yeah, they're everywhere.
And they was from Poughkeepsie.
I joined at 17. I went to basic training at 17, and I think that it would be a good idea for more black men to go to it, but I think they need to have a definitive plan too. Like, you need to sit down with somebody who's actually been to the military before, not just a recruiter, because they're gonna be looking out for the needs of the military, but somebody who's actually been there before and say, hey, let's look at what your strengths and weaknesses are. Let's look and see what MOS would be a good fit for you, not only while you're in the military, but when you come out. Maybe there's a skill that you can gain while you're in there. Like me, I went in as a nurse, so I was in school for I was in school for damn near 3 years, just in the military. So like I didn't actually have to do military stuff till after like 3 years. So, but once I actually got out, I actually had a license to practice. So I can just directly go to a place and get a job. I already have my license to practice nursing. So there's like certain things that you can do that you can actually that actually translates to a straight up civilian job if you don't plan on staying in the military for your entire time.
There's a lot of jobs out there, like in the military, that can translate over. Like, I'm pretty much doing engineering without a full engineering degree. So, like, the experience alone, you can gain a lot. Like, I'm going back to school also right now for either cybersecurity or like full stack development. But like outside of that, it's like it's a lot that a person could do once they get in there and stuff. But the thing is, we should already have that set up before they even get in. Like, as black men, like, it should be an organization or something like that we could set up, a nonprofit or something, that we can set up where they get information before they get in, so they can structure their mind before they actually take that step. Because, like you said, once they talk to that recruiter, it's needs of the Army.
But the problem is that you're gonna need. It may not even be a problem, but you need buy-in from black women, because a lot of the black males that actually really would benefit from the military come from single parent black homes. Mm-hmm. So right. you have to have the buy-in, and a lot of women, because like I know when I went to join the military, my mom was adamantly against it.
Mine too.
And and it took my dad is more like, let's do what you got to do, because it wasn't my parents' side. It was me. I want to get away from home. I want to do my own thing, yep. And I went and talked to the recruiter on my own. Then my dad was like, no, I'm going with you, and let me find something that's going. That's how I got into nursing, because I wanted to do something else. My dad was like, no, because once you get out, you're not going to be able to actually have a license. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to be able to actually do it. It's not going to directly translate into a job that's going to pay enough money. Because I'm in the same situation that you are right now, because, I went to school in the military. They gave me something. So I was able to work as a nurse without a degree. So now I'm going back to school, and I'm getting I'm working full time right now. I'm going to school full time. I'll be done with my nursing classes in December, but then I'll actually have a degree. I can work internationally at that point. But like right now, I'm kind of confined to the U.S. because I don't have a degree yet.
Mm-hmm. About the same, because I can work anywhere in the world, but the thing is, I'm always tied to some other entity. So, but like the thing about it, they still can gain a lot of skill. It's whether or not they take on, like even down to, truthfully, we all should be in there off the back just for the gains of learning how to learning great marksmanship.
Yeah, it's true. Yes, yeah,
for free.
For free, yeah.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I got into shooting.
Huh?
That's how I got into shooting, from the military.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, because they have to teach you how to shoot. So you get the basics in advance, if you want it, from the military. The best in the world.
Or law enforcement. Law enforcement is another thing, because you can go, can go straight out of school, or if you want to go to the military first. But at some point, law enforcement should be brought to the equation too, because we see all this stuff happening with law enforcement is because we're not law enforcement.
Who do you think?
We need to do what the Irish did. That's what we need to do. We need to do what the Irish did.
Who do you think the law enforcement actually takes first? They take the people out of the military first.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because we already got the training.
You already got the training.
But like, we need to do like how the Irish did. They was being messed with, accused of things, so on and so forth back in the day, and then they became a part of the system. Well, I'm probably talking more about where, New York and stuff. But like, they became a part of the system, and once they became a part of the system, it became a part of their daggone lifestyle. Like, you don't know too many Irish families or Italian families that's not in law enforcement. Matter of fact, they hold daggone lineage.
Italians more in the firemen, firehouses and shit.
When you look at the actual funeral procession of law enforcement, that's Irish. Bagpipes and all that. Yeah.
It's because it's ingrained in the system now. They was like, all right, we were gonna be a part of this. We need to do like how they did. Like we run away from the problems that we need to actually attack.
Well, I think there are people within the community that are actually trying to address the problems, but we got to look at the voices, because the voices that are actually addressing the problem are not being heard. The voices that are perpetuating the problem, those are the ones that are being heard. We look at rap music. We look at who's on media. These are what the youth are emulating and they're looking up to, because they're looking at the amount of money that they're perceived to have, and they think that's the way.
And that's where niggas like me come in.
There's one thing I gotta there's one thing I gotta disagree with.
That's funny because the glove popped up right then. That's when niggas like me come in. Big ass glove.
There's one thing I gotta disagree with, because that's not rap music. I hate to say it.
Okay.
That bullshit that's out there right now, I don't know what the fuck that shit is.
I stand corrected.
It's mumble rap.
It's punk rock for black folks. That's what it is.
That's exactly what it is.
It's pop. It's pop music. Rap is now pop music. we know that.
Yeah, what I'm saying is,
pop music,
what's out there now reminds you of punk rock back in the 70s.
I'll tell you right now, it is punk rock because a lot of these new niggas who be doing the mumble rap, they actually act like rock stars and they talk about it all the time, and they dress like them. So.
They dress like
there's a documentary about this actually. There's a documentary that mumble rap and like the whole like the whole screaming type of pop is very 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 entrenched and tied together. It's a documentary about it out there on YouTube, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.